Our Premier League game against Chelsea. Let's start, Simon.
Hi, Ruben. At open training today, we noticed that some defenders were missing for the week to the final. What's the situation with Euro?
I don't know if they are going to be available. We are going trying to push because it's the final matches and it's the final. You know that all the players want to play that really bad. So I don't know. They will not. I think they will not go to Chelsea, but they will have a possibility to have some of them in the final.
The same goes for Diogo Dalot.
Dalot is trying really bad. I don't want to risk Dalot because when you start getting one injury, second injury, and then is a big thing. We cannot have this kind of problems in our squad. So we'll see, but he's working really hard to get in the final.
Over the last 24, 48 hours since you saw us on Sunday, there's been a lot of stories about not having the parade, about the ticket situation for the final, about you personally paying so members of staff, their families can go to the game. First of all, is that what has kind of led to you making that personal gesture? And also, what is the collective spirit within the football club?
To start with that, the situation is simple. You know that we had a lot of things, people leaving, a lot of changing in the staff, and in this moment for our club, sometimes it's hard to understand when to give, when to take, to respect the people that we are taking their jobs in certain moments to survive and to rebuild. And then it's hard and it's complicated for the club to start giving to other members of staff. So it's a really hard position. Then that situation was explained, and in that moment my reaction was to help, because it's not going to. I'm not a good guy. It's not going to change my life, and to help to the staff to be there, comfortable, to be a better staff for the final. Then they talked to the players, and the players had the same reaction. In the same moment, they had the same reaction. So everybody wants the staff there, the families there, but it's hard to manage things in our club. So it's a simple thing.
Do you feel as though the spirit is there? You've said some very harsh things on Sunday. Do you feel as though everybody's moving in the same direction?
I think you feel that a final is different, but you can understand that this season has been really tough on everybody. The results and also the change in the staff, and you can feel it in our club. So we are addressing that during the season. We are changing the way we play during the season. We had so many bad results in Premier League, so the environment is tough in the moment. But I guarantee you that when we are preparing a game in Europa League, the environment is a little bit different, and you can feel it, the excitement. So, but you can understand that the environment in this year is really, really tough.
James.
Ruben, I think you said on Sunday that if results carried on, then maybe someone else would have to have a chance. Did you seriously see yourself walking away from this club having been given this opportunity, or is it the case in your mind you're upset?
What I'm saying is that since I arrived here, I'm always talking about the standards, and I cannot see the team having these results, especially in Premier League, and not say nothing and not take the responsibility. It's just that I have a clear idea what to do. I understand the problems of the team, so I'm far from quitting. What I'm saying is that we need to perform. And we had this season. In the future, we need to perform, or else they will change us. That is normal thing. So, especially after the match, was my feeling, and it still is my feeling today.
Jeremy.
What would be more important to you personally, winning a trophy or getting this club into the Champions League?
Personally, for me, I think Champions League is more important for everything. to prepare the next season. And we are supposed to be in Champions League, and Europa League here is not enough, and you have that feeling here. So this is the best way to help us to get in the top in a few years is Champions League. Is not the title, is not the cup. So for me, Champions League is more important.
Done.
Ruben, you and the players have spoken about in the Europa League physicality being a bit easier to cope with. How do you then merit that playing Spurs, a Premier League team where the competition I know the context is different, but obviously different challenges to the teams.
Yeah, it's the game will play a different game. It's not the same to play against Real Sociedad or even Lyon or Athletic Bilbao. It's going to be different, but we are prepared for that. And the final is completely different. The context is different. The cup is there. We can see the cup, and even the last years, even with Ten Hag, with some problems, when they reached the final, they were there, and you guys know that this team proved already that in the final they can step up, and we know that.
When you talked about the identity of the club a few days ago about getting used to using big matches or matches at home, is that equally frustrating though that the team can perform these really big games and they have done under you so far, but maybe in other games they aren't reaching that?
It's more profound than that. Of course, I understand the context. I understand that we are not fighting for nothing and we are focused on the Europa League, but we cannot get used to that. So if I have to say that every week, I will say every week is my job. I understand that I'm manager of this big club, and that is a problem. It's not okay. No matter what, even if it is a pre-season match, we need to win it.
Ruben, obviously, Jose Mourinho, the last manager to win this trophy with Manchester United. I mean, what would it mean for you to be able to replicate that? Also, have you spoken to him at all?
No, about this final, no. He has a big job also in Fenerbahce. I didn't speak with him. Again, would be massive for us to win something, to give something to the fans. It's not important if I follow Jose Mourinho or another manager. For me, again, the most important thing is how this title could help us to get back to the top faster. That is the most important thing.
James.
Ruben, you said on Sunday, talking after the West Ham game, I don't know what is best, if it's playing in the Champions League or not. Clearly, obviously, the club historically needs to be in the Champions League. There's huge revenue benefits for the transfers and things around it. But in terms of, obviously, if you weren't in it next year, you'd have a lot more time on the training ground, a lot more time to prepare for the Premier League, a lot more time and effort to focus on that. In terms of where the club is at this moment, forget historically, would it actually be better for the long-term progress next season if you're not in the Champions League, as opposed to it?
That is my feeling. You explained quite well. That is my feeling. We need more time with the team. We need to arrange a lot of things in Carrington, that we need more time to not thinking game by game by game by game. And then you have the squad. We proved this year that we need to be a better squad if we want to win European games, and then to be really competitive during the Premier League. This is going to be tough. So my feeling is that.
Clearly you want to win the game on Wednesday. I'm not saying you don't. But if you don't, and you get to the season, it's potentially not as bad as it might seem?
No, it's going to be really bad. I don't want to use that as an excuse. It's going to be really tough. And the patience of the fans and you guys, if we don't win it, next year is going to be in the limit, and we have to be perfect to continue everything. I know that. So it's not going to be, it's not better in that way.
It would actually, in other ways, increase the pressure on you.
For sure. If we don't win it, that is clear, but I'm not concerned about that.
Beth.
Ruben, just spoken there about the patience of fans. How important is the connection with the fans? And do you have a message to send to them ahead of this really important game, like you just said, the European final?
No, it's hard to have a message. You can see it in every Sunday here. They are always supporting the team. We lost a lot of games. I think it was 9 games at home this season. They are always here. They are always supporting the manager, so I have nothing to say. And the connection with the supporters are really important, especially in this kind of club, in our club. It's really important because it can be a game changer. So we want to build that connection is with hard work. We have to run a lot and to win titles. So we have one title to win. Let's try to win it.
Rob.
Just on the phone, I've got a very, very catchy song about you. I know in the past you've said that you don't think maybe you deserve to have a song just yet. If you were to win the final on Wednesday, do you think you would consider singing on the pitch afterwards?
No, I will not sing it. They don't deserve that. The feeling would be really good because I will feel that I help in something to this club, to win something. It's going to be a really good feeling to give back to the fans. But again, I think I need to prove a lot more to have the right to a song.
Richard.
Hi, I just wanted to ask you about your experience of finals, winning 3 finals in Portugal and one of them all. Do you prepare for them differently? Do you have a special message for your team? Do you use things like motivational videos?
No, that is the easiest part. I just prepare the games in the same way. Of course, we pay attention to the details. We give all the information that we can without being too much information. So I prepare the game in the same way. Is the only way I know how.
And just on your United this year, you've got good results in the biggest games at Anfield, at the Emirates Stadium against Man City. In a way, do you back them in the final in a game with so much at stake and really turn?
I think it's more. It's not. It's a thing of our players also, and they proved in the past that in these kind of games they are prepared to do that. They have experience, so we'll be prepared for the game.
Last question.
Hi Ruben, you yourself were a runner-up in this competition in your playing days, and I just wonder, is there any part of your involvement in that final that you've used to help your team prepare for this one?
No, it's just that feeling that I played the final as a player, but I lost, and it doesn't matter anything. You will never say that I was a finalist. So you have to win the final, no matter what. The feeling is going to be like, what a waste of time, and the pain will be tougher in the final. So my message to the players that we need to win it, or else it doesn't matter.
Okay, that concludes our Europa League press conference. We'll now take a few questions to preview our Premier League game against Chelsea.